What's up, everybody? Wild Blockchain Academics. We're going to be taking a look at the crypto market as a whole. We're going to be focusing on what's up, everybody? We're going to be focusing on Bitcoin. We're going to be focusing on Ethereum, and then the whole crypto market as a whole, and taking a look at where we think Bitcoin's going to be headed. I'm just going to be sharing this in our Discord. Just give me 1 second. Be sharing this in our Discord. Also, if you're not familiar, I believe NBA Top Shot is having their Cool Cats pack drop right now. So you can go to NBA Top Shots and sign up for that pack. That's going to be a big one. Some of these packs hold $1,000 moments. So you can go to NBA Top Shot and watch this in the meantime. So I'm going to be sharing this link in the Discord, and then we'll get started. We are about to crack 1,000 subscribers. Our Discord's not here. We're about to crack 1,000 subscribers. And when we do, we're going to do a giveaway. I'm thinking of doing an Ethereum giveaway, maybe splitting it up in 2 or 3. So 2 or 3 people can win that Ethereum or, a favorite coin of your liking. You win 3 people win $1,000, and you can pick any coin, and we'll send it out to you on the ERC platform. It'll just be easier just to switch it out on Uniswap and send it out or something like that. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to be tuned, because we are going to do our giveaway. We're doing a lot of crypto giveaways, and also I want somebody to pick like a nice DeFi coin or a nice coin I could review, go over the technicals. If nobody picks one, then I'll find one myself, and I'll do a review video, and I'll break it down. So let's get right into it. There's a few things I wanted to look at, specifically the total crypto market cap, and we put a high when Bitcoin broke to, what was Bitcoin's price in relation when we put our crypto market cap high? It was about 58K. So the total market cap was set around 178 billion here, and we had our large retrace, and then we broke up above when Bitcoin broke about to 62K. We broke above it and then got rejected. When we did break the all-time high in 2017, what I like to see was a retest. So we broke above it, we retested it, and then we kept on going. Here, we've made the high, slightly broke above it, and now we're kind of just dragging along here. Bitcoin's price has been dragging along as well, but that's honestly, everything's looking great right now. The relative strength index on this is the daily. Let's check it out on the weekly. It is pretty high. It's not as high as, it's not as high as 2017. It's almost there, but you can see that when the RSI came up this high, it doesn't mean it's a sell. It's all honestly just letting you know the market's super strong. It's trending very, strong. A lot of capital is coming. It's overbought, but it does not mean that it is a sell. You can see that the market's been super overbought right here all the way to the end of the bull run. And that if you use this as a signal, you sold that, before the whole run even started. Even here, what was the price? Or this is volume, but you would have sold your assets or your crypto thinking like, oh, this is maybe the top, but you had that whole year of that crazy strength. And with institutional flow of capital, with money pouring in from institutes, honestly, this could be flowing and overbought for a very long time as well. So looking at Bitcoin's market cap, its market cap specifically, this is only Bitcoin. A huge mark for us was to break $1 trillion. We broke the trillion, we broke back above it, and then now we've tested the $1 trillion mark for Bitcoin. We've tested it, and now we're kind of respecting it. On the 4-hour, we're holding this huge uptrend. And I'm looking for this to keep holding. There's no reason. I mean, right here, we need to break this kind of downtrend that we've created. But on the overall larger time frame, like this is a huge uptrend, and that's what I'm looking for. We have the higher high, the lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, and then maybe we're going to still be setting in a lower high somewhere here. I am potentially thinking we might have a small pullback for Bitcoin, but everything's been on point, our analysis, and I'm going to go over our past analysis for Bitcoin, and it's been on point. So I'm thinking maybe we can get another test to the 1 billion, maybe one more pullback, because a lot of people are assuming when we break all-time high, like we did in Bitcoin right here, we're just going to keep going, like where we did here, where we kind of broke here and we had that huge bar. Here we broke and we came back. We activated a ton of breakaway traders who might have went long as soon as we broke all-time high, and then we pulled back. And you see those tweets and you see those websites where are sharing like, oh, a 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion got liquidated. It's because these guys are super, FOMOing into the price and super confident that it's only going to go up, and the market needs to remove that liquidity. They get humbled real quick. These are some of the models from Woobull.com as well that I wanted to share. His top model has been on point. You can see in 2013 we had a double pump to the top with a ton of liquidity, a ton of volume coming in, and that's what Woo personally thinks is going to happen this year, where we get that double pump. So the current top price right now is about 120 grand at today's price. This is with the information we have, everything leading up to today. If we were 3 months, 6 months, 8 months in advance, and we can see this chart, it would show you around $250,000 to $300,000. But how long is the bull run going to last? How long are we going to be, in an uptrend? I personally think we're going to see something similar to 2013, where we top off and then we consolidate for a few months. In those few months, we see some type of, altcoin season. We see just alts exploding, and then Bitcoin will run one more time, doing something very crazy. We haven't had that impulsive move up, in my opinion. Like, that's gonna pull back. Okay, so you can see that, this large move up here in 2018, and we've had similar, that's just going to screw it up. We've had similar large moves, you can see in 2013 and 2017, that final push, which I still don't think we've had with Bitcoin. I don't think we've had that impulsive, just, knock every short seller out of the way, kill every bear, and just keep pushing. And we will see a big retracement after that, but I just don't think the top has been put in yet, especially since we're holding these zones very nicely. In 2017, when we were trading this, when we topped 19K, it dumped to 11K very quickly. We didn't even hold that region or anywhere close to that region. We pumped back to 17K. You can also see in Bitcoin, and you've probably seen this multiple times now, that you can check all the large pullbacks we've had, 30%, 30%, 30%, close to 40%, 30%, 30%. And these are larger than 30% pullbacks, and we had a ton of them. We've only had 2 major pullbacks on Bitcoin on this run right now. And this is the target that I used last time. I took our Fibonacci from the lower high here to our high, and then this was my price target, 58K. And you can see that we've knocked that very perfectly. We've held the 38.2. I mean, we had the wick slower, but the candles didn't close below this. So this was beautiful. This was actually very beautiful. And you can see we held, if we go on the smaller time frames, not only did we hold this zone here, you can see we're bouncing off the 4-hour 200 EMA, and we're getting some very, like hammer with the bullish engulfing candle right there. That's beautiful. And we're getting something very similar right here. So these, and then this huge green candle, I believe this was the Elon Musk buy, where he announced he was buying, and then it pulled back and we kept going, got in another nice entry. If you didn't get into that, and I'll never FOMO into, those tweets or those news, but that was such an awesome setup where you had you see on the larger time frame, this is a perfect pullback. You go into smaller time frames, awesome buy here, came back to test the low, right here, didn't dip below this low. So if you had your stop here, you would still be, in the trade. You see that you're seeing another buy set up here. The Elon Musk tweet, retrace, test the 400 EMA, and then we moved on to our target, to the minus 61.8 zone. And that was beautiful. Not only did we get to the target once, we're at it again. And you can see how this level is actually being interacted with as resistance, as some support, mostly resistance right now, but we're looking to break that up. So if we use the same tools that we did to get us to this price right now, we're looking at, I'm assuming 73, 75K. Let's see if I adjusted that perfectly. Yeah, that's pretty spot on, to be honest. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that 66 as the first initial target, like the first TP, and I wouldn't even budge there. I am looking for the 73 mark range, and if best case scenario, we can get like 85K. I'm thinking we get a push of Bitcoin to 85K, something around or closer to 100 than closer to 50, because I think we'll see that huge FOMO, like we're on our way to 100K, we're on our way to 100K, nothing's going to stop us. And I don't think we break 100 the first time. And then we have our 30% pullback again. So I am targeting 75 and 80, 85K as my first, 77, 74K as my first target. And then this is kind of the target I'm looking for. If we can get that huge impulsive move, and I would carve 10, 20% of the portfolio to get in cheaper. That's pretty much with Bitcoin. We can look at the shorter time frames and see what MSR is saying. So currently we're long on the daily. We got long from 10K and we're still long. It's still holding this beautiful uptrend. Not only that, you can see the market structure. It's honestly very beautiful. So you can see like we've broken this downtrend. We're creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and we're going to move on to our next high. And this is holding beautiful market structure. It's kind of moving, you don't want it to go too quick up and have these large pullbacks. Like this is very fair. And a lot of people are saying we dumped so largely, but Bitcoin's up a couple 100% for the year and almost 1,000%. Not almost, it's up 1,000%, from last March. So these few $1,000 pullbacks are nothing in comparison to what we're going to see and what we have seen. The 4-hour is still in a huge buy. Market structure is holding very, very nicely, and you can see it's been in a buy since 9,600. Every time it comes into the yellow, the 200 EMA, we're buying. So buy. This was a huge buy for us, and now it looks like we are slowly, like I said, a lot of people FOMO'd in that break on all-time high here. A lot of people FOMO'd in on that break of all-time high. And let me remove MSR. You can see that it's very, very much visually done for you guys. But the 250 EMA are there, and that's all I need. Plus market structure, that's all I need to spot these awesome buys. So you can see, like, these are very nice buys, very nice buys. And that's kind of what I'm thinking we're going to see right now. Since we had a lot of people FOMO at the break of this all-time high and they thought we're going to keep going up, it did pull back. It liquidated a bunch of people, and now we're in this small downtrend. And this would honestly be the perfect place to buy. If we can get a dip back into the 200 EMA, something like this, that would give me an awesome area to buy, and I would stack up a very heavy long. I would stack up a very nice long in that case, because I don't think we're finished moving. If we look, I showed you guys the top model. We're still far from the top, and it's been on point in 2013, 2017, and we are now going to see if this is just going off past technicals. I do believe that this will meet its top signal, meet the top that's shown on this graph. You can also see the RVT. This is on Wooble. You can get this for free. How our high was placed here. We matched it here, almost here. We didn't so much in 2018, but look at how low we still are in comparison. And just looking at straight technicals, looking at the graph and comparing, we still have room to grow. It's not like this is showing us a sell signal. It's not like the top chart is showing us where we've topped out. And same with here as well. You can see that where the top is from previous bull runs. And if you want to figure out what these are actually, you can come on a Wooble and read the description. But all I'm trying to show you is we still haven't topped out on with technicals at the chart. Like we're getting close. And then this is the Meyer multiple price band. And you can see that in 2013, we had 2 pumps into the oversold, consolidated for a few months, and then back again. 2001, we only had that 1 pump. Now what we're faced with is institutional buying power. We have, the US printing trillions of dollars, and this, this inflation that a lot of people are perceiving to come and hit the US. And there's just so much factors that are in Bitcoin's favors that we might see a double pump. But if we don't, I still don't think we've seen our top. And this is almost in line with the top signal chart that Wooble has, which is about 120 grand. And this overbought is about 115K. We haven't nearly pumped into it. We haven't had that huge impulsive move that I'm still thinking, and I'm very highly thinking that Bitcoin will have that large push into that red zone, into the overbought. And that is the time to take some profits, wait until the next cycle and sell some of your portfolio, because historically, when we're that high and we're in those extremely bullish overbought situations, it is better to take some money off the table. And I still think we're not there. And that's basically pretty much what I'm trying to share with you guys. A lot of people are calling the top here. A lot of people are thinking that, we are going to go back to 20K, 30K and whatnot. I just don't think we're there yet. And I don't know if I think we're going to trend the whole year. Everybody thinks we're going to just trend all the way till December, literally the last month to the end of the year. I don't think it's going to be that easy. So that's pretty much it. The weekly is on a buy, the daily is on the buy, the 4 hours on the buy. We're on a small downtrend right now. So there's nothing technical saying to buy unless your strategy is, buying off this 50-day EMA or whatever it may be. But for me, I'm waiting for a smaller dip if we do get one, and then I'll stack a long on there. I'll stack a nice long. Let's take a look at ETH. We'll look on the 1 hour as well, actually. So 4 hours long. The 1 hour. The 1 hour just went long, and then I believe the 15-minute is short, or it's a no trend. Usually with the no trends, it'll slowly start building into a long, and it'll go in line with our bigger time frames. So my game plan is to wait for that dip, and I'm going to add to the long. Ethereum's been trending in this channel, and I've been trying to take, longs from the bottom of the channel to the top, but it's not really been doing much. So let's remove all drawings, and let's remove, I want to get to this Ethereum actually. So the last video I did on Ethereum, I believe that I was just noting that it's testing its all-time high. And when we saw Bitcoin break above its all-time high, it exploded 120%. Ethereum is really lagging, and I think there's a lot of reasons to that. With the introduction to BSC, I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people converting to BSC and using that. And then with the high gas fees, there's so much happening. But that's kind of building more of a bullish case for me, because when everybody's moving away from a coin, that's the best time for you to get in. So I'm looking at this zone right here for us for our first initial buy. And we did go long on the retest of that all-time high. And that was very nice, to be honest. And we've had a V recovery almost. So same thing with Ethereum or with Bitcoin. We're really, and I can't use this for my Fibonacci because this is a scam wick. Look at how far it fell on cracking, $700. A lot of people probably got stopped. So I'll go to this right here. I am going to use a bigger time frame. And you can see how large of a move we've had. Ethereum's really been moving. So for everybody to hate on it, it's like Ethereum did a 22x, a 23x from March, and it's still poised to grow with ETH 2.0 rolling out, the new upgrades that are coming, even Uniswap V3. Like that's bullish for Ethereum. $69 million NFTs selling on the Ethereum network. Like Ethereum is popping, and it's getting a lot of hate. I just believe it's popping. So, there's not much pullbacks for me to go from lower high to higher high, and this is on the second on the highest week on the second on the 2-week time frame. I'll go back to the weekly. I don't know if I want to use this as a higher low. I can and see the different price points. So the first target is 2,500, and that's in line with almost doubling from all-time high, which was about 1,400. And then this one would be 3,200 from the minus 61%. These would be my two like straight up TPs, my take profits. I want to see if we can see if we take it from this low right here to the high. Okay, it's actually a little bit off the high. And then we'd have our first targets around 2,300 and 2,700. I guess we can use that if I go on the 4-hour or on the daily. Ethereum was breaking out of this huge ascending triangle. And that's what I was watching right here. And we retested that ascending triangle. Usually a test of an ascending triangle is a straight up buy. You can see, usually I'd want a third point. If I use the candles, I could probably steal another candle, but it's all right. You guys see the ascending triangle here. And like this ascending triangle lasted until February. We were just zoning into it. And in our Discord, I posted this ascending triangle multiple times. We broke out, which was from base 51%. And then from the top of it, we reached, honestly, that's pretty much it. I'll give it to it. 51%, we reached 47%. Usually take the base, and that's your target. 51%, 48%, that's cake, and then usually a retest on that is a buy. Not only did you get a retest, you got this hammer candle right here with the bullish engulfing candle. So this would have been your retest buy right here, and that's not only you're buying off the retest, which is changed from resistance to support. You have that change of polarity. You have the hammer, and then you have the confirming engulfing. So like there's multiple things I would have saw here to get in on this long. Not only that, a lot of candles, engulfing candles, they get tested half of their candle. So now you saw like a test of the ascending triangle. You saw hammer, bullish engulfing on the daily. You broke back above the 50-day EMA, and now you're testing this price movement right here, and we held. And we had this similar candle play right here. Like these are very similar. And then it kind of moved on from there. So you had literally multiple entries on Ethereum. And like nonetheless, it's just showing bullishness. And it's just lagging so much. Ethereum, I mean, Bitcoin's moving 3, 4, 5%, and Ethereum's not doing much. And with all of the upgrades and a potential hard fork, like if a hard fork, which is coming, but if the miners aren't in 100% agreement, we may see another coin come out of Ethereum, like a hard fork, and it'll be split. And what that does is it drives a lot of people into the price, into the coin, because they're like, if I buy Ethereum, I'll get, let's just hold it fork ETH. We'll get FETH. Like you saw Ethereum Classic, but that was because of a hack and they decided to roll it back. But now this is because maybe everybody's not in agreement with the new additions that Ethereum is going to be implementing in the next, I think, 2 months, which will be bullish. First of all, it'll be bullish because they're trying to fix the gas prices and they're implementing a lot of new things to Ethereum, which I'm not too familiar, to be honest. They're not on the top of my head right now, but the gas price is the largest. And if they make it like a more fair priced gas, which I think they are doing, that's huge, number one. If that doesn't work and nobody's in agreement, and then a forked ETH comes out of play, everybody holding ETH will get that forked ETH. It's a hard fork. So if, like you saw Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Diamond, BSV, if you're holding Bitcoin, you got 1 for 1. And Bitcoin Cash, when it came out in 2017, it was $2,500 at the top. If you had 10 Bitcoins, that's 25K. So if you have 10 Ethereum, 100 Ethereum, and this forked ETH comes, it's just literally a free bag. Not only is it a free bag, you'll have a ton of people FOMO into Ethereum for that free bag, and usually you might see a little dump beforehand, and it's not a bad play in my opinion. You have Uni V3 coming out, you have all the Ethereum upgrades coming, so I'm just kind of bullish on it. And where Bitcoin goes, ETH goes, unless you come into this huge altcoin market, and Ethereum just leads that, which I would not be surprised. So after hitting this top, Ethereum's in a small downtrend as well. If we can test this bottom right here, which is looking like it probably won't do so, I would be more likely to see this test this prior resistance right here. And if we can get a nice bounce off the daily, that would be a great buy. This also looks like a huge inverse head and shoulders, to be honest. But I'm looking for, let's see the MSR buy signals, and then I'll let you know what I'm looking for at Ethereum. On the daily, obviously, you are still long. We are long on most coins. Ethereum broke its 4-hour uptrend. And why I like that is because these and it's just loading a little bit here, but why I like the 4-hour changing is because every coin is long on the 4-hour. Every coin that is doing decent is long. Like we got this long at 249. We broke out of this large uptrend into the small downtrend, and now we're trending into no trend. So why I like it is because, one, we took profits from the trade and it kind of restarts. When we get this next 4-hour signal, I'll definitely be sharing it. And I'm hoping that we go on just as large of a run because, you might have missed this 4-hour signal or every addition to get into Ethereum. But when it turns 4 hours, I'll be signaling that. I'll be jumping in on that. And 4-hour signals are very strong, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, on any coin. With MSR, it's basically letting you know, like, the whole market structure's changed, the direction of the market's changed, because it's using moving averages and a whole lot of other indicators. So you can see the 15-minute as well. It does give you great calls because with this trading system, you let your winners ride. That's 27%. You can see we get into some of the choppy zones, but your stop loss is always at 2%. So you're giving up 2%. You're letting your losers, you're cutting your losers really quickly, but you let your winners ride. So this one here was another 25%. So 25% win. Maybe you whipsaw here, take 3 losses. you take another 10, 15% win right here. You take a few losses. You're not going to win every trade. Or what I like to do is I combine the time frames. I wait for the dailies long, the 4 hours long. Okay, now it's short. I'll wait for the 15-minute to turn long, the 4 hour to turn long. All my time frames are long now. It's more likely for me to take a winning trade if you're just starting this. So I'll be watching the 15 minutes currently short. The 4 hours currently in a no trend. I could watch and wait till the 15-minute goes long, and then I'll say the 1 hour go long. And now I know more likely the 4 hours is going to go long, and it's in line with the daily, which is in long. So it's more, with Dow theory, it's more likely a market will trend in the direction it's trending in. So if it's up, it's more likely to keep going up than it is to reverse. If you're betting on a reversal, you can deplete, you can lose all your funds. Keep trying to bet that it'll reverse while it moves up against you. And that's, Dow theory. The market trends, or it's trends in the direction it trends until there's a confirmed reversal. Don't bet against it. The trend is your friend. So Ethereum, I'm looking for a better setup. I'm looking for price to come back down, potentially to the 1600 range. And then if it dips below that, I'll retry and I'll look to get in cheaper. But I definitely think that would be a great buying area right here, the 1630. That's dipped below the 4 hour 200 EMA, bounces on the daily 50 EMA, and it's testing this range right here, which I think will get respected because I don't see us putting another low lower than this point right here. So that's pretty much it for the weekly review. We're just touching on Bitcoin, Ethereum. I see a little bit drawdown for both of them for us to get into good entries before we keep moving up. The top is not here. And if you watched our other videos, we've basically given you guys entries from 28K, from the pullbacks at like 40K, 55K, and hopefully we can provide you guys with some great insight on what we're doing, where we think the market's going, and don't give up your Bitcoins this early yet. Don't give them to, Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, PayPal, Facebook, whoever else is buying at these prices. So keep stacking. That's pretty much it. There is 12 minutes until the NBA drop shot pack. Hopefully you guys win if you're involved in that.